Hi everyone, welcome to Artistic Adventures. Before we get started on another doll project, I wanted to show you the new sewing machine that I just bought. This is the Singer Stylist and I bought it on Amazon. I was looking around for a new machine because my older big machine just broke and it's now in the garbage, and I really need something a little bit more for some projects than the small machine that you see me use a lot, the baby sewing machine, because it really only sews basic stitches, backward, forward, and a little zigzag. And it doesn't sew over more than about 3 layers. So sometimes I just need a bigger machine, and I do sew things other than the craft stuff. So I found this machine on Amazon, as I said, and I've looked at a lot of different reviews. It was cheaper on Amazon than like Joann's or some of the other places that I looked at, around $160. So I thought that was a fair price for the features, and I just have been playing with it for the past few days, and I have to say I absolutely love it. It's so smooth and quiet and just reliable, and has lots of features, I think, for the money. So the first thing that I liked a lot was the fact that it has a lot of stitches. It has 100 stitches. Now I'm going to zoom in here and refocus, so bear with me. Get the good focus there. Yeah. So this is all 100 stitches, and there's a little picture of it, and under each stitch is a number. So when you want to program in a new number, all you do is just look at the stitch you want, get the number, and then go up here to these 2 buttons, and then the number will be displayed right here in that section. Okay, and there's some decorative stitches, some utility stitches like the buttonholes down here, or some of these up here that are more for utility type purposes. But I really like that it has some of these really cute like flowers and scallops and different things, because I am going to be making some doll clothes in the future, and I want to have that available to do little trims around instead of just lace or ribbon or whatever. So that'll come in handy. So that's the different stitches, and then this readout right here shows the width of a stitch. For instance, if you're doing zigzag, depending on how wide you want the zag to be or the zig. And then this is the length of the stitch. So if you want a longer stitch to, say, do a gathering thread, then you would want a higher number. So for this width, you use these 2 buttons to adjust it, and for the length, you use these 2 buttons to adjust it. So that's pretty cool. And some of the other features I really like. This is the speed of the machine, speed of the sewing. If you're a beginner or you have, say, a child that is learning, you want to keep it slow, you just push this over here. Also, this machine will operate without a presser foot if you don't plug it in. This is a start and stop button for sewing. So you'd probably want it in a slower speed, since you would not have as much control over starting and stopping. You'd have to use this button to do it. Or if you're a more seasoned seamstress, you can jack up the speed and let her rip, and it does go pretty fast. You also, even if it's in the fast position, if you have the presser foot in, you still have the ability to have a variable speed based on how far you press down the presser foot. This is a needle position button, which I love this option. It's so simple, but really, it just saves time and is a hassle. I don't know how else to say it. But what it does is, if it's off, the sewing machine will always stop with the needle in the up position. And that means when you pull the thread, like you finish the seam and you want to pull the fabric out and pull the thread pulls evenly, and you can just snip it and keep going. Now, if you're coming to a corner and you want to sew, you want the needle to be down so that you can rotate the fabric with the needle down, then you press that in and the little light comes on. And so when you stop sewing, the needle will stay in the down position. And then once you get through that, you turn it off, get to the end of the seam, and it'll be in the up position. This I just love. It's so simple, but really useful. This is the reverse stitch to lock your stitch. So, you know, when you're starting and stopping a stitch, I usually put a few stitches in backwards and then let it go forward, and that locks your stitch down so it doesn't come unraveled. So those are some really, really cool options. In addition to the stitches, I want to show you this little compartment here. This just pulls out and it opens up. And that's your utilities or your pieces. That's the zipper, the buttonhole foot. It comes with a lot of different feet. Let's see, it has that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 total feet. And there's a blind hem stitch, a rolled hem stitch. I can't remember all the different things that it does. Oh, a zipper foot, you know, that sort of thing. It came with a pack of needles and these little caps. I'll show you what they're for, different sizes of those little caps. And a brush and a little screwdriver to help you getting the presser, different thing that you need to unscrew. Now the presser feet actually has a little lever in the back. So all you have to do is push this lever down and the presser foot will pop off and you can change it really easily. So that's cool, and you are able to keep these items that you might use more frequently right inside the machine. You might even want to keep a few, you know, bobbins in there, like a white and a black, that sort of thing. And it closes up, and then it slides right back on there. Whoop. What am I doing? Okay, so it slides right back on. And the other nice thing is it has a clear, let me get this, it has a clear bobbin top, and that way you can see how much you have left on your bobbin, so you know when you're going to have to rewind. And you know, sometimes you're getting ready to sew a really long stitch. Maybe you're hemming a curtain and it's going to be really long. You don't want to start it if you've only got a little tiny bit of bobbin left. Go ahead and rewind your bobbin and start with a full one so you don't have to stop in the middle. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to back up just a little bit so you can see the threading. Back up here. Okay, so one of the nice things about this machine is if you're sewing and you do run out of bobbin, you can just pull this thread back, pull this up. This is one of those little caps I told you about. They come in different sizes depending on the size of your thread. Put your spool of thread on there. Put that on to hold it in, and then you just run your thread under that little plate around this little tension button. Put your bobbin on there, push it over, and you automatically will wind your bobbin. Once it's done, you take that off, push that down, and you don't have to unthread everything, which used to really bother me with my really simple sewing machine. You had to unthread all of this to put the thread around there and then rethread everything. So it's really simple to thread it. The thread goes under there, around this, you just slip it under a hook here, run it down through this slot, up around, and then there's a hook in there. You run it around and back down, clip it there, and then there's even a needle threader, which is really cool. You put your thread around it, lever it forward. There's a little hook that comes through the eye of the needle. You hook your thread under that. Then when you lever it back, the hook pulls it through the needle. So that is awesome. That I just really love it. I think that, you know, for what you're paying for this, it is a steel inside machine, even though, you know, the outside is plastic. It's nice and heavy. It doesn't move around when you're sewing. It's got, you know, the 100 stitches, the feet that I would most commonly use for the sewing machine. It really came with everything. It has a little cover also. And I found out that with this, I really don't need the hard cover that I had, so this will just slip over it because I keep it down at my side anyway. It's a lot easier than having it in the hard case and keeping it in the closet. So all in all, very, very pleased with this sewing machine. I've had it a few days and I've sewn quite a few things. I made some curtains and a couple doll things and some clothes, that sort of thing. And so far it's really sewing well. I'm really happy with the different types of stitches that it has. Here's a sample I sewed. This is straight stitch, and then I did one of the decorative stitches, which is the little flower stitch. I can just see that on a little Blythe doll dress in the future. So, you know, really very happy with it. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below that has a link to Amazon where you can go and look at this machine more if you're interested. It is my Amazon affiliate number, which I do get 10% if you buy through this link. So if you help me out and do that, it doesn't cost you anything, but it certainly helps me, give me just a little tiny bit to help keep my channel going and give you guys some quality products. So anyway, just wanted to let you know about that, and I have a new project coming up. I'm going to be making a vampire slayer. Yeah, I'm so excited about that. That was a suggestion from one of our subscribers. So look forward to that, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thanks, and bye.